saw. You can bust that wall open, can't you?
Well, let's give it a try and find out!
You sure?
Kisara, do you have any idea just what Kelzelik might be planning at the palace?
It's hard to say. I've never seen him use any powerful arts, and I don't think he's particularly skilled with any weapons either. However, I have noticed him accompanied by something strange from time to time.
What kind of strange?
I don't know. I couldn't see anything with him, but I could sense something was there. Probably some sort of Zeugle.
An invisible Zeugle?
We'd better be careful in any case. I'd rather we not find out after it jumps us and tries to rip our throats out.
Let's dispose of the trash.
I see one, eh?
Annihilation!
I can read your moves like a book. Anything in armor is on.
It's almost strong.
Then I'll split it open!
Be my guest.
I can handle it.
That's my cue!
Far enough.
Shut him down.
Feel! Back into the
Leaving me? I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare the Malisa! Glacial Spear.
Can't feel!
Megasonic Thrust! Not today!
Make it rain!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
This should come in handy when crafting weapons. I'll do my best! Here I go!
In here!
One more!
Tiger Blade! Never miss! I'll be staying here! Do it! Not
You
on
think
my
that
watch.
shield will save you?
Into the
Top
circle!
line freaks! Why can't they just sit still?
Sia, can you take care of that?
No sooner said than done!
Here!
Now! Take it!
You're mine!
Going in! Started!
That's it! Tiger Blade!
You're mine!
Mega Ray!
I'm not done!
That's it!
Next!
Can't be
Megasonic Thrust! You're mine!
One more!
It's over!
Tunnel! Night Atlas! Get
You're
the
on!
wind!
This one's all mine! It's over!
Art Seal!
You escape! Dragon Form! My turn! Tear!
Far enough!
You're on!
Dance to
Here we go! Dragon Form!
Make it rain!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Everybody okay?
We're all right, Alphen.
Little help!
Dragon Form!
Now you learn!
Getting one more! Thunder Blade! Where are you going? Get in the wind!
So much for talking now!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! No!
Time to shine! Into the Chinese! Do it! Seal!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! Don't get complacent. I think this is a key to the noble room of the castle.
A noble what?
The room at the northern end of this floor. Maybe the release mechanism is in there. Right.
Right.
You're quite the gunslinger.
I have to be, in this world.
Don't worry, I've got your back.
Get lost! This one now! Feel! This one is up to me! They really don't give up, do they?
Now you'll learn!
If it's in this, do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! All right. There are enemy forces here, too?
They must be predicting our movements and deploying accordingly.
So they figured we were coming all along, is that it?
Out of our way!
Now you'll learn!
Dragon Form! Crush!
This Dragon Form! You'll pay for what you did!
Megasonic Drop!
Take this! Sighted! Graviton Field!
Be mine!
Fire support!
I'm not done!
No one's
Armor won't save you!
Hear me!
Take this! It's time!
Everyone hanging in there? Seriously? Is this a joke?
Bring him down!
Eat him!
You'll have
Air
no
support! Engaging!
Searing flame!
Engage!
Take this! It's over!
Searing flame! Annihilation! Hear me! Flame!
Here I come!
Lightning contact!
Mission!
I feel sprightlier than before.
Right, here goes! Try and deal with it!
Dream! Let the marksman handle this!
Here I come!
Gathering up!
I'm going in! This one's all mine!
My shield!
Release! It's over!
Demons descend! Flashing bang!
My turn!
Going in!
This armor's too strong!
Split it open!
Be my guest! Take this!
Freeze laser!
You're
Now!
finished!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood. I won't show you any mercy!
Now you'll learn!
Look sharp!
Take this!
Here! In here!
Look sharp!
I'm not done!
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
Glacier Spear!
Going in!
Dragon Swarm!
Tiger Blade!
You're mine!
Air Thrust!
We managed to pull through.
Is that... Some kind of note the rebels left?
Hey, it mentions the release mechanism we're looking for. But
This isn't enough to go on.
I won't forgive you!
Denied!
Mega Flame Thrust!
Watch for that ranged attack!
Engaging! Eternal Devastation!
I never miss! Go in! More
Do it!
Mission! Burn in hell!
Here! Going in now!
Everyone hanging in there?
Out of our way!
Now you'll learn!
I can carve through all!
Eternal Devastation!
Here's the
Move
evil!
escape!
Here's her!
You're mine!
Radiant, here!
Tear!
Going in!
Damage!
Ready! Going in!
One more! Mega Sonic Thrust! Here I come!
Here's her! Go get him! Do it! Lightning
Kisara!
again!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
I'm ready for the next battle.
No choice!
Bring him down!
Radiant, here!
Going in!
Fall back!
Dragon Swarm!
This Radiant, launch! Here!
Eternal Devastation!
Engaging! Release!
Take this!
Shattering of peace!
Take this!
Raging cascade!
Here!
I know you are!
You're finished! Dragon
I'll
Force!
finish this
No!
one! Healing circle! Thank you. Seems about right to me.
Look! Another note from the rebels.
If we combine it with the note we found before, then there should be a key inside a cabinet in the office.
Great. Let's see if we can find it.
Get lost!
Dragon Force! Now you'll learn!
Up!
Here I come!
This one's mine!
You're finished! Eternal Devastation!
Now see what I can do!
Now!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Dance in the
No
wind!
chance!
Sleep now!
Take
I'll
fire!
finish this one!
Try harder! Dragon Force!
Raging Storm! Here I come!
Do it!
Astral energy! Full throttle! Certainly not bad. No complaints here.
Gotta break through! I see what
Condemned!
Take this! Magasonic Thrust! Take down their defenses! Forward! Take this!
Watch and
Eternal Devastation!
Its armor's too strong.
Split it open!
Be my guest! You're not finished!
This one's mine!
Here's the evil!
You're mine!
Tempted Swirl! More where that came from! Healing Circle! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Glacial
No
Field!
chance!
Here's the evil!
Everybody okay?
We're all right, Alphen. Seriously? Is this a joke?
Now you'll learn!
Carve through armor!
Eternal Devastation! No chance!
Denied!
Midwell! Astral energy! Full throttle!
Now! Take this!
This one's mine!
Make it rain!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize. Out of my way!
Engaging!
This one's mine!
Dragon Force! You picked the wrong fight!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
No chance!
Here goes!
Eternal Devastation!
That's it!
Tiger Blade!
With this, I can become even stronger.
Even if Dahnans and Renans aren't on completely equal footing here, both sides still cared about each other. And now we have to fight some of those same Renans inside the palace.
Don't forget, we're here fighting to keep what makes this realm so special alive. Don't lose hope, Kisara.
I'm ready for the next battle.
Did that finally get rid of the wall?
To think they would hide it in Lord Dohalim's personal quarters. The nerve of these people.
They won't get away with it for much longer.
That's right. We have to hurry to the Lord's chamber. Let's go!
Well, well, if it isn't the slaves and the traitor. I don't remember giving you permission to enter the palace.
So it's true. You really are the one behind all this, Kelzelik.
I don't remember giving you permission to speak either. Know your place, slave!
Now we see his true colors.
Yeah, a despicable excuse for a human being. Though really, I guess that makes him pretty ordinary, huh?
Kelzelik, you were Lord Dohalim's most trusted advisor. His closest ally. Why would you betray him?
Don't be a fool! I didn't serve him because I wanted to. I expect a mere slave wouldn't know, but there are many powerful contenders for the position of Lord. A contest of strength determines the one who will be Lord and undisputed ruler of a realm. There is no choice in the selection. If my master had any ambitions of becoming the sovereign, I would have gladly served him.
But he had no intention of fighting for the crown.
Indeed. Can you slaves even imagine how that looked to the rest of us? Enduring the whims of an ambitionless lord, all we could do was wait for the end as we suffered through our humiliation.
You want suffering? Try being Dahnan for a day.
So you plotted against Lord Dohalim in secret. And when my brother found out...
And I would do it all again if it meant returning Menancia to its rightful state! A realm where Dahnans are slaves and Renans their masters. It's the natural order.
Enough! Who are you to decide what is natural or rightful, traitor? Miguel. My brother. He dreamed of building a world free of suffering. He gave his life for that dream. And all you've managed to build is a lake of death! You killed my brother! And now you'll die for it! My brother's dead because of you!
Why should I concern myself with the passing of one pathetic slave?
Have you no shame?
It can hide itself? Amazing!
Here goes!
Take this! Aim for the weak spot! Dragon Swarm!
It's go time!
Look sharp!
Eternal Devastation!
I can carve through armor!
Tiger
Dragon
Blade!
Swarm!
Photon Flash! Raisin Wedge! Where are you going?
Here!
One more! Tiger Blade!
Watch and Shining Super
Eternal Devastation! Ignite!
This one's
Light
mine!
Astral Energy!
Dragon Swarm!
Tiger Blade!
Megasonic Thrust! Take this!
Confiscated! It's weakened!
Eternal Devastation! This ends now!
Radiant
Look sharp!
Eternal Devastation!
Here's a healing!
It's over!
This wall!
It vanished again?
Listen carefully and keep your eyes peeled.
I'm out of ammo!
Look sharp!
Eternal Devastation! You're mine! Here!
Going in!
Here's a healing arc! Light shot!
Take this!
First aid!
Appreciate the help.
I'll be waiting!
Ready and ready!
Lightning defense!
Try harder! My turn!
More where that came
I
from!
can carve through armor!
Healing photon! Raging cascade!
Eternal Devastation! Take this!
I'll heal you all!
Eat this! Dragon
Raging
Swarm!
I'm ready!
Crush!
This one! Mine! Lightning defense!
Eternal Devastation! Dragon Swarm!
Lightning! I'll heal you all!
This one's mine! One more!
Here I come!
Tiger Blade!
Circle!
Appreciate the help!
Take this!
I got it!
Megasonic
One more!
Dragon
Tiger
Swarm!
Blade!
Raging cascade!
Eternal Devastation!
Going in!
It's over!
One more!
I'll be saving this one!
Look sharp! That's it!
Tiger Blade!
You're mine!
This one's mine! That's it! Tiger
All
Blade!
mine! Burn!
Light Astral Energy!
Dragon Swarm!
Going in! Look sharp!
Dance in the wind!
I can carve through armor!
Now!
Here I
Long!
come!
Get toasty!
Bird strike!
I'll heal you all! Thunder Field!
Crush!
Raging
Dragon
cascade!
Swarm!
Thank you! In here!
Tiger Blade!
Thanks!
Reinforcements incoming!
Not a problem!
You're
Tiger
mine!
Blade!
Eternal Devastation!
Dance in the wind!
Lightning Meteor!
Freeze Blaster!
Here it comes! Focus!
On your toes, everyone!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me!
Done! I'll leave it to you!
Never miss!
Now, while it's reeling!
Tiger
Take it
Blade!
down!
Dragon Swarm!
Ready
You're
to
finished.
raid! Far enough!
Light confiscated!
Look sharp! I don't feel so hot.
You should sit this one out then.
I miss all the fun. No way.
In here!
Let me out.
Healing
Ready and
photon!
ready! Appreciate that!
Astral Arts?
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
Shield!
Lord up the dark!
Healing photon!
Let me out.
Wind annihilation! Dance in the wind! Here!
And now
More Megasonic!
Eat this!
take this!
Take it!
Tiger Blade!
More where that came from! Healing photon!
This one's mine!
Thanks! Try harder! My turn! Dragon Swarm!
Magic is there! I'm ready!
I can carve through
I'll
armor!
heal you all!
Crush! Dragon
I
Swarm!
don't have much left.
Raging
Eternal devastation!
Nothing gets
Where
by
are
me.
you going?
Dragon swarm!
Confiscated.
Eternal devastation!
Denied!
Annihilation. Sleep now.
This one's mine!
Here I come! There!
Now you on and ticked me off!
Here goes.
Yeah.
More with that
Yeah. You're all
Here I
Dragon
go.
swarm.
Heal.
You're mine!
Heal.
It's time!
More with that
Tiger Blade! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flames of Malika!
Here.
You're mine! It's over! Megasonic thrust!
Tiger
Now!
Blade!
Here I come! Eternal devastation! Ignite!
Almost impressed.
Our train's coming from you.
I said almost. Don't get
It's
carried
gonna
away.
attack!
Watch out!
Armor won't save you!
In here. Let me out.
Alright, let me out!
Pierce! Dragon swarm!
Here's the here.
Eternal devastation! Try harder!
Just let it happen.
Not like this!
You'll pay for that! Pierce! Here I come! Eternal devastation! Megasonic! Thrust!
Ready to go. Ready. Confiscated. Raging cascade. I'll bring you back from
Here I come! Megasonic! Thrust!
Lightning orb.
There!
I never miss.
You're mine! Dragon swarm!
One more. Lightning fury. Glacial spear.
Megasonic!
Evil.
Try harder! Not today! No escape! Eternal devastation!
Armor won't save you!
Radiant light. Here.
Let's put you out of your misery!
Glacial spear. Pierce evil.
Crush!
Breathe astral energy. Dance in the
Take
wind.
it!
Who wants to die?
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclops!
You filthy slaves are despicable!
Your dreams of attaining lordship are no more. Give up, Kelzelik.
Attaining lordship! Ridiculous! Only those who possess a master core can become a lord. What, did you think just anyone could do it?
But then, what were you trying to accomplish with this? Didn't you betray your lord?
Yes, that's true. However, there are other lords.
Other lords? So you mean...
At last, the truth is revealed.
Dohalim, where have you been this whole time?
Cleaning up. Kelzelik, you've made your last of these.
The fruit of Helgen?
It can't be. You found my production facility?
Correct. And I tore it down. But something still troubles me. It's clear that this is no ordinary fruit. Nor was the equipment used to grow it. You couldn't have done all this without outside assistance. Indeed. Something like this must have come from another realm. Tsar, perhaps?
You actually expect me to talk now? At this point, the contest for the crown will be over soon enough. And you will finally receive the punishment you deserve for your weakness.
I've already received my punishment. May this be my final act, as the Lord of Elder Menancia. Go. To Mahag Sar, Ganeth Harrows, wherever you think you'll find a suitable lord.
Are you alright with this? He killed your brother after all.
He did. But then I thought, he's nothing more than one common, ordinary Renan. He's not worthy of my time or my anger, right?
So after everything, was the dream of coexisting just a dream?
What is that?
Those are the cheers of the brave Dahnans who overpowered Kelzelik's forces.
Wait, they challenged the Renans?
Indeed. A militia made up of Dahnan guardsmen, Renan supporters, and of course, the Gold Dust Cats.
Do we have you to thank for bringing them all together?
Regardless of what your original motivations were, your dream of coexistence saved countless lives. And now, those people out there are fighting to keep that dream alive. That's something real.
Be that as it may, they do so now by their own hands. These people no longer need any lord.
Where are you going?
To put an end to the crown contest. So long as its madness persists, peace will remain ever out of reach. I cannot allow it to continue.
The crown contest impacts far more than just the Dahnans. You're choosing to fight Lenegis and the entire Empire.
I am well aware. However, if I wish to keep this dream from dying, then I have little choice in the matter. Besides, it's the least I can do.
So you're gonna go out there and make that dream real on your own?
You may be decided on your path, but that doesn't make it any less difficult.
Why not walk that road with us?
Pardon?
You heard me. We're fighting to liberate the Dahnans. You're fighting for the people of this realm. I'd say we're on the same path, really. It would only make sense for us to walk it together.
Dahnan dissidents, side by side with a Renan lord? Not the least intriguing invitation I've received. An invitation which would only be proper courtesy for me to accept.
I'll take that as a yes.
Hey, where'd Kisara go? I don't see her anywhere.
Maybe she just needed some time alone. A lot's happened.
That makes sense. She did just lose her brother after all.
We ought to keep moving as well. So long as there are lords who draw breath, we have a mission to complete. Kisara's a big girl. I'm sure she can handle herself. We should hurry on ahead to our next destination.
I guess you're right. And it is a lot safer here than it was. What do you think, Dohalim?
I am not sure I have the right to say anything as far as Kisara is concerned.
Fair enough. Well, I, for one, would like to say goodbye if we get a chance. Let's keep an eye out for her as we leave.
What's Kisara going to do now?
I'm sure it's complicated for her.
Where did Kisara run off to?
You don't think she took off after Kelzelik, do you?
No. Nagal entrusted her with his dream. She wouldn't do something reckless like that. Right now, I think she just needs time to think. What she does from here on out is up to her. She has to be the one to decide.
You all arrived here from Cyslodia, yes? In that case, you should depart via the south gate, rather than the one you arrived through.
After all that, Kisara never came back to see us.
I'm surprised she slipped away without us noticing. Where would she even go? I hope this place survives. You think the Dahnans and Renans have a chance of getting along? We didn't really do much to change things around here, did we?
This realm had its own walls to overcome. And in the end, it was the people themselves who decided to break them down, without any help from us. I hope they keep going. I really do.
Yeah, well, if you say so, I guess. Huh?
All right. I leave command of the Gold Dust Cats in your hands.
You've got nothing to worry about, Kisara. I'll do your brother proud.
Looks like it's time to go. Take good care of Zare for me. All right, Lagiel?
You've got it. Stay safe, Kisara.
Did you come to say goodbye?
Actually, I was wondering if you could use another companion.
Huh?
Well, we certainly don't mind you coming along. We just figured you'd stay behind and help rebuild. These people could use you.
I thought much the same thing. However, in the end, something changed my mind. Ever since Miguel died, I've been thinking a lot. About where I went wrong, what I should have done differently. You know, that sort of thing. It's true that our dream of coexistence saved many Dahnan lives, but we were naive and short-sighted. I was so wrapped up in my idea of how things should be that I didn't see the problems that existed right in front of us. I thought we had been given a utopia. And so I never bothered to look too far past its surface. I chose to be ignorant. And because of that, because of me, my brother...
Miguel's death wasn't your fault, Kisara.
Perhaps you're right. But in the end, it was me he entrusted this dream to. I learned that nothing in this life is free, or gained without sacrifice. Now that I know that, I'll just have to figure out what else I don't know.
So, decided to join us?
I have. And hopefully I can continue to protect Elde Menancia from outside the dream world, for the sake of those still inside.
And here I thought you joined for an opportunity on my life.
In all honesty, I'm grateful to you. I truly am. I don't blame you for what happened. But I must also leave your service. No longer will I be defined by protecting a Renan lord. From now on, when I fight to protect my dream. All I ask is that you do your part, that you fight alongside me, not just for those who used to believe in your dream, but for those that still do. Dohalim.
I understand. I'm no longer a lord anyway.
Well, this crew just gets bigger and bigger. All right, where to, team?
We make for Mahag Sar, the Valley of the Four Winds.
I'm amazed how easily you can move such a giant shield around like it's nothing.
Really? It's not actually as heavy as it looks.
It's really reassuring to have someone like you protecting us, though.
You know, I guess I never realized it before, but looking back, I've always been the sort to put myself in harm's way to protect those around me, even before I joined the Elderman and Sea Guard. So in a way, using this shield to keep you all safe feels like it's what I was meant to do.
You don't need to worry about protecting me. I don't plan on relying on you.
That's okay. It doesn't matter if you do or not. I don't protect people because they ask me to. I do it because I want to, and because I think it's the right thing to do. That goes for you too, Dohalim.
Me?
Yes. You see, you and I both want the same thing. We have the same goal. That means it's in my best interest to continue to protect and keep you safe as well. Even now.
I'm not sure how much protecting I'll need either, but I appreciate the thought. I'm sure you'll do us proud, Kisara.
Right. You can all count on me.
What was Kelzalik even after in the end?
Isn't it obvious? Clearly he wanted the throne for himself, and was gonna have his goons execute Dohalim to get it.
He had to have known he couldn't hope to defeat a lord. He should have run while he had the chance, instead of holding himself up in the palace.
Maybe he thought he couldn't run? Either way, the outcome's the same.
So he got desperate and decided to go for broke?
One might argue that he was another victim of mine, in a sense.
Huh?
There is no greater calling in life to a Renin than the crown contest, yet I refused to take part. The shock he felt at that must have been truly immense. Enough to drive him to revolt, even though doing so meant defying Renin hierarchy.
I know I've said this before, but Dahnans and Renins wouldn't coexist here if it wasn't for your stance.
But that was no lofty idealism on my part, nor do I feel any pride at what occurred.
Spare us the pity party. You literally just joined us to uphold those ideals.
Shionne?
No, she is absolutely correct. I shall speak no more of my misgivings.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
Mahag Sar. That makes 4 out of the 5 realms that I've visited now.
I wonder what kind of lord we're gonna find there.
It doesn't matter. If they try to get in our way, we'll take them down and that'll be that.
This will be a delicious piece of cake! I'm ready! Spirit Flame! Cascade!
Eternal devastation!
Reload! If they rush you, you gotta jump for cover, okay?
You're mine!
Flame of Fury! Strike!
Megasonic thrust!
I'll stop it! Thanks, Kisara.
Negative.
Well, looky here.
Let's see what you've got.
Eternal devastation!
Not on my watch.
Dragon
Spirit
Swarm!
Flame! Reload!
This one's all mine!
Mega Ray! Back into the fray!
Try harder! Not a chance!
Wind Astral Energy!
Armor won't save you!
I'm ready!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
Spirit Flame!
Megasonic thrust!
Lightning
No
Orb!
escape!
You attack without mercy.
Because I can't afford to hesitate.
Not against the worthier.
So those are Ganon Astral Arts.
I'm practically unstoppable.
What's this thing?
Hoo hoo hoo. Hoo. Hoo hoo hoo. Hoo. Maybe something's going on in the forest.
Coming through.
Dragon Swarm!
Right here!
Megasonic thrust!
Acceleration!
Burn!
Wind Astral Energy!
Eternal devastation! Dragon Swarm!
Now!
We did it!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more
In a
pummeling.
bind?
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
Dragon Swarm!
Thunder
Can you take
Orb!
it?
Coming through!
I'm ready!
I'm ready for the next battle.
A fish! You saw it!
I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Ren and eyes. Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble. I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod. You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done. Ha! Reel it in. Ugh. 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 Well, it's not bad, per se.
Maybe you could keep it as a pet.
Where should I cast my line? Yeah! There we go. Anybody could reel in that.
That went pretty well.
Oh, we've got a lively one. I didn't think I'd catch something this big.
You tamed a real beast.
And that's all there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me. Kisara? I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world when I go fishing.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins.
Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to catch.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Vicente. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us.
Okay!
I'm always amazed what healing arts can do.
Just doing my job. No need to thank me.
Hey. Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it. I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help.
Why are you looking at me like that?
That armor you wear is standard issue for the Menancian Guard, right?
Originally, I've added some flair to it in a lot of places.
I noticed, especially with that open back.
We guardsmen pride ourselves on never showing our back to our enemies. It's my way of making myself live up to that. Plus, it makes it that much lighter and easier to maintain.
Dohalim, do you have anything to say about this?
Every guardsman is allowed to wear their armor as they see fit.
And you, La?
Huh? Why are you asking me?
All done. Come and eat.
You okay, Shionne? You're not eating very much.
What's wrong? Do you not like the cheese fondue that you made?
Yeah, I'm used to seeing you more excited about food.
You're not feeling sick, are you?
No, I'm fine. It's nothing like that. It's just...
What?
I guess I just don't understand what the appeal is. We could just as easily put everything on a plate and pour the cheese on top of it instead.
I suppose it lies in being able to decide exactly how much cheese you want. There's also something to be said for enjoying how it all turns out. It's fun.
That's fine and all, but I wish the plate-to-mouth time was shorter.
I think I understand. You don't like having to put in so much effort into eating something, do you?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Actually, now that I think about it, you're a way less fussy eater than you look, Shionne.
In my book, there's no one right way to eat a meal. Tuck in, take your time, be dainty or devouring. As long as you enjoy the food, that's what counts.
There's no need to stand on ceremony while we're out camping in the wilderness.
Yeah, you're right. In that case, don't mind if I do.
I've never seen someone dump that much cheese on a meal before. Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while? You worried about what's going on with Menancia?
What makes you think that?
Well, you were speaking to Kisara earlier, weren't you?
It's rude to listen in on others, you know.
Sorry. I didn't hear what you two were actually talking about, though. I just figured it was Menancia since it was the two of you.
I am but a former lord who has abandoned his post. I'm no longer in a position to lead the realm in any capacity whatsoever. Yet Kisara still seeks out my opinions, knowing full well that is the case. This despite the fact I am no longer her master either.
Couldn't it be precisely because you're not her master anymore? It's natural for friends to want to hear each other's opinions.
I hadn't considered that possibility.
It's funny what you miss sometimes.
Hardly uncommon among artistic types such as myself. When lordships are decided based solely on one's astral energy, it can lead to funny results.
But even so, you still took your job as lord seriously, didn't you?
Certainly. I learned to perform my functions. However, I was less interested in ruling, so much as avoiding life and death decisions. Of course, such a mentality in the end led only to sickening pain and death taking place elsewhere out of sight. I pretended not to see or hear any of it, content to let our supposed peace and equality keep me blind and deaf to reality. I was a fool.
But you're making amends.
I would like to think so. The path ahead is dark, yet I still walk on. I merely pray that I shan't fall down any holes along the way. We'd best get ready for tomorrow. Shall we get moving?
Guess I'll polish up my sword.
Looks perfect and tastes just as good.
Kisara, let's talk for a bit.
I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Before we go, do you guys have everything?
I always love the sound of hammers banging away.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I have a bad feeling about this.
You're mine! Negative gate!
Airborne beast. My second. Pesky airborne scoundrel. Sounds like a job for yours truly.
Begin! Eternal devastation!
Here!
Elusive deity! I'll face you! Here I come! Tornado fly!
This one's mine.
We turned the tables on him.
There are still more left.
Right. No time to hold back.
Dragon Swarm!
Here! Do it!
Resonate Shield!
This one's got your name on it!
Action to action! A merry distraction!
There's still more to go.
You're mine! Not so fast! Elusive deity!
Now! Astral energy!
Say no more.
I know fine weapon material when I see it.
I just noticed none of you other Danans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Danan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman, and this is my chance to have a new beginning.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Danan, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Danans in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Danans in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place.
All right.
There's nowhere to run from my art!
If he slows down, that's our chance!
Annihilation!
Leave the agile ones to me.
Let's get you all tucked away.
No further!
Annihilation! Mega Fist Whirl! Hey, what is this? Hear me! Flame of Fury! Dragon Form! Burning the Wind! Glacial Spear! Pierce the Evil!
Everlasting Try harder! My turn!
Freeze
Negative gate! Take this! Here!
Glacial Spear! Pierce the Evil! Lightning Orb! More
Heavy
Lightning!
Speed! Here!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Try hard!
Yeah!
No further!
Radiant Orb here! Light as Raging Cascade!
Take this!
In a bind?
Field! Annihilation! Here we go!
Mega Sonic Blast!
Dig in!
Take this! It's over!
Lightning Orient! Alright! It's showtime!
Eternal
Now,
Devastation!
Zoe! This one's got your name on it!
Act to act. A merry destruction.
There's still more to go.
Take it! Eternal Devastation! Dragon Form! I'm not done! Take this! It's over!
Here's the
Dragon
evil!
Swarm!
Tempest Whirl!
Here!
Freeze
Elusive
Tunnel!
Deity!
Photon
Take this!
Blast!
Tornado Drive! Elusive
Blow
Deity!
here!
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Dahnan relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Dahnan history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course.
I sense a strange power from this.
These bad guys really don't mess around.
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing without telling any of us guardsmen.
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
Double demon fang! Come and face me!
Take this!
Crush!
I'm not so good with airborne targets.
Take this!
Yes, it's a win!
Finish!
Flying spree!
What's your big
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
Not today!
Ready! Annihilate!
Dragon Swarm!
Now!
Remote!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
You sure showed them.
All in a day's work.
Get lost!
You're on!
Now you see what I can do!
Deny! Company!
Dragon! Stop!
Gale Force!
Double demon
Like
fang!
trying to keep up to the wall!
Dragon Swarm! It got fire this year.
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it! You'll see!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Resonate with the
You're mine!
No arts are being interrupted.
I'm not done! You're mine!
Raging Storm!
Hurricane Flood! You're on! It's over!
I never fit! Let's get
Dragon
to death!
Swarm!
Thunderbolt!
Well, we're on the home stretch now.
Don't take your eyes off the prize.
I'm quite aware without you reminding me.
Not today!
Will this help?
Dragon Swarm!
I'll face you!
Here I come!
Do they not teach you to say thank you, Indiana?
Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Here's a well done!
Here!
Take this!
Crush! Dragon Swarm!
Here's the evil! Now! Get toasty!
Bird Strike!
Here's a healing
My turn.
art. I can handle it!
Stardust! I owe you one! Hurricane Flood!
Begin!
Gale Force!
I can feel my precision improving.